Are you a fan of the James Bond films? Especially when you look back at the older ones, you'll get to watch some of the best actors in film history in one of cinema's most exciting film franchises. Sadly, many great James Bond actors are no longer with us. We know Sir Sean Connery and Sir Roger Moore, the first two Bonds, have passed away. But there are also many great Bond villains, Bond girls, and supporting characters who helped make the films into complete masterpieces. Let's take a look today at some of the great James Bond actors who are no longer with us. One of the most famous henchmen in the Bond films was Jaws, played by actor Richard Kiel. Keel was one of Hollywood's most recognizable character actors. He stood at 7 feet 2 inches tall and had a dominating presence in many films. He played bit parts in popular TV shows such as The Twilight Zone, Wild Wild West, and The Monkees. His film career took off when he acted in The Longest Yard and Silver Streak, but nothing could have prepared him for the stardom that came with being a Bond henchman. He was cast as Jaws in the 1976 film The Spy Who Loved Me. The character was such a hit, he was reprised in Moonraker, released in 1979. Richard Kiel continued to have a prolific film career after his work on James Bond. Younger audiences might know him best from his small role in the Adam Sandler comedy Happy Gilmore. But for us James Bond lovers, we'll never forget about Richard Kiel and his excellent role as Jaws. He passed away in 2014 from a heart attack at age 74. Before we tell you more about James Bond actors no longer with us, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. There was one female character who never seemed to entangle herself with 007, much as it seemed she wanted to. The first actress to play Miss Moneypenny was Lois Maxwell. Moneypenny served as the secretary to M, who's the head of the British Secret Service known as MI6. We first saw Lois Maxwell embody the role in Dr. No alongside Sean Connery's Bond. Her final Bond film was A View to a Kill, in which she acted alongside Roger Moore. In total, she appeared in 14 Bond films. While she had appeared in 80 films and TV episodes in addition to her work in James Bond, she is forever seen as the original Moneypenny. She worked sporadically after finishing work in the James Bond series, and her final film role was in the 2001 film The Fourth Angel. Lois Maxwell died of cancer in 2007 at age 80. The Bond girls were, of course, one of the highlights of the series. In every story, 007 had at least one female interest. But there was one film in which 007's relationship with a woman went further than a short-lived affair. George Lazenby acted in one film as James Bond, On Her Majesty's Secret Service. The Bond girl in this film was Countess Teresa Di Vincenzo, or Tracy, played by Dame Diana Rigg. Until then, Diana Rigg was best known for her work on the British spy series The Avengers. Tracy was the role that brought her to the mainstream in the world of cinema. Following her work in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, she continued to have an incredibly successful career in film and TV. In recent years, she was best known for her role as Lady Olenna Tyrell in Game of Thrones. She passed away from lung cancer in September of 2020 at age 82. Her last role was in Edgar Wright's film Last Night in Soho, which is expected to be released in October of 2021. One of the first Bond villains who really caught our attention was Auric Goldfinger, who appeared in Goldfinger, the third James Bond film. German actor Gert Frobe had begun his acting career in 1948 and became a major star in his native country. He became known to English-speaking audiences when he starred as the notorious Bond villain. After his work in the James Bond film, he returned to working mostly in German films and TV programs. His English-language work after Goldfinger included Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Bloodline. He died of a heart attack in 1988 at age 75. Goldfinger's main henchman was the strange but dangerous Oddjob. Oddjob was played by Japanese-American actor Harold Sakata, who had previously had a formidable career as a wrestler. The character of Oddjob was dapper and had the ability to kill his opponents by hurling his bowler hat, which contained a sharp steel brim. While most of us know of Sakata because of Oddjob, it should be mentioned he was also a U.S. Army veteran. As a wrestler, he won a silver medal at the 1948 Olympic Games. His sport was weightlifting in the light heavyweight division. It was his exceptional career as a wrestler that helped him land the role of Oddjob. James Bond producer Harry Saltzman and director Guy Hamilton saw the formidable Harold Sakata wrestle and felt he'd be perfect for Oddjob. After his work as Oddjob, he mainly had bit parts in TV shows. He had a recurring role in the TV show Sarge, and his last screen role was in the film Invaders of the Lost Gold. He died at age 62 in 1982 from liver cancer. One of the reasons James Bond was such a successful secret agent was because of his talents with gadgets and weapons. And who was the mastermind behind these? Major Boothroyd, also known as Q, who was played by Desmond Llewellyn. So far, he's one of the actors with the longest recurring role in the Bond series. He first appeared as Q in From Russia with Love in 1963, and continued this role until 1999 with the Bond film The World Is Not Enough. While Desmond Llewellyn was a prolific film actor, his work as Q remains his most popular role, and the one that made him a star. He died in an auto accident in 1999 at age 85. The main villain in Live and Let Die was Dr. Kananga, played by Yaphet Kotto. Yaphet Kotto was one of Hollywood's most well-known character actors. A glance at his filmography shows he also had tremendous versatility, from working in gritty films like Across 110th Street and raucous comedies such as The Monkey Hustle. These were part of the blaxploitation films popular in the 70s. Dr. Kananga is easily one of the best-remembered Bond villains, especially if you remember the way he died. And yeah, we'll let you watch the film if you aren't sure what we're talking about. Apart from his role as Dr. Kananga, Yaphet Kotto's other roles that propelled his stardom were in the films Alien and Midnight Run. He died at age 81 in March of 2021. His main henchman was T.H. Johnson, played by Julius Harris. Julius Harris served as an army medic during the Second World War before starting his acting career. As with Yaphet Kotto, he made his name in many of the blaxploitation films, including Superfly, Black Caesar, and Hell Up in Harlem. His work in Live and Let Die was easily one of his most memorable roles. His later career consisted of work in TV, including roles in Kojak, Friday the 13th, the series, and Good Times. He died at age 81 in 1984 from heart failure. Actor Clifton James appeared as Sergeant J.W. Pepper in both Live and Let Die and The Man with the Golden Gun. He was a stereotypical Southern sheriff with a thick accent and a penchant for punishing villains. He was also a bumbling police officer who wanted to be taken more seriously. The impeccable comic talents of Clifton James are unrivaled. Apart from his work in these two Bond films, he was a character actor with over 100 credits to his name. He appeared in films like Cool Hand Luke, Silver Streak, and Superman 2. His final screen role was in the film Raising Flag alongside Alan Arkin. He died of complications of diabetes in 2017 at age 96. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you a fan of any of these classic James Bond actors? Do you think their legacy continues to live on in fans of the newer Bond films? Let us know in the comments below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.